White House's Gary Cohn, top guy there, telling us on Friday that a middle-class tax cut is a top priority. Roll tape. How important is it that you get rid of the deduction for state and local taxes? I know that that would bring in an extra $1.25 trillion over 10 years. That would be a big chunk of money that you come in with. How important is it to you that you get rid of that deduction?
So, Stuart, as you know, I've said this and we'll say it again. We are determined, we are committed to make sure we have a middle-income tax cut. To be able to take away a loophole that really only benefits the wealthy and be able to use that money and deliver a middle-income tax cut, we think that's really important.
Now, let's come on in, please. John Allison, he's a former CEO of the Cato Institute and BB&T Bank. Sir, you're a money guy. If it's just a middle-class tax cut and that deduction for state and local taxes goes, do we still stimulate the economy with this tax package?
No, I think the most important tax cut's actually for business. Our corporate tax rates are way out of line internationally. I am certainly for eliminating a lot of the deductions in the tax code and having lower rates, simpler taxes across the board. But the truth is, in terms of individual taxes, high-income people pay all the taxes. So you really haven't got much of a tax cut unless high-income people benefit. But the most important benefit to low-income and moderate people would be a business tax cut, which would drive faster growth. It would drive much higher business investment, and it would raise wages. And that's how the middle-income people benefit from a better economy.
So are you saying that that deduction for state and local taxes should stay?
No, I think we ought to get rid of that. But I think the goal should be lower taxes, simpler taxes.
If you did that, I know, but if you
did
tax
rates.
If you got rid of the deduction which upper-income people pay in high-tax states, you get rid of that state and local income tax deduction. You get rid of it. Upper-income people will probably, in many cases, pay more to the federal government. That doesn't stimulate the economy, does it?
No, but I think what it does is probably impose some discipline on high-income tax states. And, you know, I'm sure people in New York won't be very happy. People in North Carolina will be pretty happy. and I think that would be good. I think it would be. I think some states are really out of line with their tax rates and how much spending they have.
Okay,
at the end of the day,
let's concentrate on your side of the argument here, which is the cut in the corporate tax rate. If it comes down to 20%, and I believe that's the proposal at this point, if it comes down to 20%, how much of the $2.5 trillion that American companies have overseas, parked overseas, how much of it comes back with a 20% rate?
I think a substantial amount comes back, and particularly if they create some window where they can bring it back at some low tax rate in the short term. So I think you would combine a lower marginal rate, say 20%, with a window to bring back that money, which would rapidly increase investment in the U.S.
So your big deal is...
I think that would be highly beneficial.
So to you, and I think you're probably right on this, but to you, the biggest impetus for the economy, the biggest stimulus, is cutting the corporate tax rate. And that, by the way, is the one area where there seems to be a reasonable amount of agreement. So you're saying that this package, if it goes through with that business tax cut, looks good.
I do. It's not perfect. It's not exactly what I would do, but it's a good bit better than what we have today.
All right, John Allison, thanks very much for joining us. It's hard to keep track of all these elements of the tax cut package, but you're helping us do it, and we appreciate it. Thank you, John.